Okay, I challenge any of you out there to be daring enough to first thing in the morning pick up a video camera or your phone and show me and show all of your rock and rad star family what you look like when you first wake up. Because, just saying. I'm still sleepy. My eyes are heavy, but I got a lot done last night. And I was up late. And then I forgot to do my outro video to say, I love you. But I'm saying, I love you now. I got a lot of stuff I gotta catch up on. The first most important I have to do is have the car looked at with that check oil light. I just had an oil change too, not long before we went on the trip to Omaha. So that, and at some point I've got to do my kombucha, and I actually have to send out some of my mom's memorial cards, and yeah, there's some other things. It's Monday. It's another day, and go see how my mom's gonna show up to me today.
Yummy.
Back to the routine.
Look at those cacao nibs.
And the Gynostoma and the coffee bean. Yeah, it's nice and thick. This is so thick, baby.
Did you stir it?
Yeah.
Stir it.
Doop, doop.
That's like legit healthy soft serve with an extra lick, right? Yummy. That smells delicious too.
Okay, I'm trying to bring my humor back, so I'm in another bathroom at the Firestone. I brought the car in to check the oil. Now, the standard response is oh, your car's due for an oil change. And I said, well, I've driven my car well beyond the 4,500, 5,000 mark, and I just want to be certain this isn't a leak. And it's interesting though, because I'm like, okay, well, if I have to have an oil change, how much? And it's like $56 because it's synthetic or what have you. But so this is how my day's going already, which is cool. I'm fine with that. I'm just going with the flow, and I have all these things I need to get done. And I'm breathing. I'm still breathing. Apparently I'm a little tired, but you know, I got a really good night's rest. I got a lot of things done so far today. As far as I'm concerned, I had a really great practice. I feel like I got a lot of insight, and I'm just reconnecting, but also allowing my mother to serve in her capacity from where she's at now, because I want to harness that and just the love and memory of her. You know, I dip down and I'm melancholy at her loss, but at the same time I feel like she's so much more present. I looked out the window and of course butterfly. So a little bit of bathroom chronicles, just saying. It is kind of funny though, you know. Some of my friends used to say, hey, it all goes back to the shitter anyway. Especially if you have friends that are in the medical field, those conversations are very common. I hope you're all breathing and taking everything with ease and grace. With jackfruit. What do y'all think? Look at the size of this thing. Now, you know, I'm not that big. And, how many of you out there have had jackfruit? You've probably had juicy fruit gum growing up. I know I did. check out the size of this thing. I mean, this thing's like the size of my torso. Just saying. It's the heaviest fruit-producing tree. What? And it's on sale for 99 cents a pound. That's actually pretty darn good. So I'm out by the waterfront with Buddy. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad while I'm shooting this video for this vlog. The wind feels so good right now. Like I said, I hope it's not interfering with the volume. This is such a peaceful evening. You can hear out in the water. It very likely could be dolphins or it could be fish out there. And this moon is just beautiful crescent. Buddy's over here laying down. He's so happy to be out walking with me because it's been a while. It's been over a month since we've been on our daily walks, and truly it's one of the things I know he's been missing, and maybe that's one of the reasons he's been acting out, is he hasn't been getting his routine of going out and exploring and getting to leave his scent and meet and greet all of his rad animal friends along the trail. I'm actually in a really good mood today. I've been very busy, but yet I didn't accomplish as much as I set out to. But again, that's where I have to kind of slow it down, take a deep breath and go, you did the best you could. I do need an oil change. I didn't have time to sit and wait for it. I do need a car wash. I didn't have time to sit and wait for it. I tried to get a bunch of food so that we could fill up, Bodhi's supply and our supply, and a lot of the stuff we needed they didn't have, and that's okay. But I got a lot done. So in the end, everything's perfect. It's just the way it's meant to be. I was kind of reflecting and thinking back to some stories about my mom when I came out to set up and do this video. And they're all happy memories. I mean, my mom was rather unique. I mean, everybody is, right? She had such a strong heart, such a courageous soul, but yet at the same time she had her own strength, her own weaknesses along with those strengths. Very often we'll, power versus force, where we'll force out an outward appearance of looking strong, when in reality we're scared and frightened within, and we don't even recognize our own true power. So we seek to force ways of getting things done in our life, rather than allow the power within to just gently ease us into what needs we have and what it is we're trying to achieve in this life. Soul flow, right? It's something I've gleaned through much of my healing, and it's brought me a lot of peace, because there have been times in my past where my mom's old story of working hard to get what you want and having to fight and seek justice and vindicate and loyalty and I mean, I understand it, because there has been such a perpetuation in our culture and our society, especially here in the US, where women have fought just to get the simple human basic rights. The idea that we couldn't even vote until how many years ago? Women's suffrage. That women couldn't own property, and they were basically property of their own husbands if they were even married, and even then if they were single, there was a whole negative connotation behind that. There's so many stigmas, and so it's a struggle in the minds, because it's in our DNA, it's in the legacy that's been perpetuated, and in order to heal it,
this is where we all, men and women, need to come together and recognize our strengths and weaknesses, our contributions, because we both come to the table with unique ways of supporting one another. Men are, from a physical perspective, men are stronger physically. Women, we are stronger more emotionally, internally. And so, where one is weak, the other can pick up. A lot of times we don't see what the other is capable of or doing because we can't see from our own experience. We can only see through our own filters and our own lens of what we know. And so we can never assume. We all know what assume is, making an ass out of you and me. I always used to think that was so funny. So, my mother taught me to be strong, and she was my strength, still is my strength. And now I get to be her living strength. I get to carry her torch. I get to create my own version of what she had always desired for all of us. And that's why, like I said, I show up. That's what I'm about, inspiring to my own inspired living. I have my times when I find myself in weakness, where I may feel small and cower, but then I have a strength and a fire within me that doesn't stay dimly lit for very long. So on times when I'm internal and having to go within, contracting and reflecting, when I come out and I'm expanding and I'm creating, that's when I know I'm going to be a force. And I've proven it to myself over the years. And so I trust in that, and I trust in myself and my knowing. So there's a lot of things I want to accomplish in this life. And teaching Kundalini Yoga is just a small portion of it. It's just a baseline because I see how it served me in my own healing. But I also, my whole intention of living is to serve from this place of just giving that, here's my life. Wow, if someone sees that, they recognize that they themselves are capable of having exactly the same. It's not a matter of, in our society, there's this idea that just because someone else has something, that you can't have it, or they're doing something so you couldn't achieve that, or because they're doing something you want to do. But see, everybody has a unique flair and different flavors. So you have to find what it is that comes from your heart and soul. I think it's easy to copy people. It's easy to try to do what others are doing. But unless it aligns with your heart and soul, it's inauthentic, right? So you have to find what works for you. Oh, that's fun. Ciao. I love it. He says ciao. I think he was listening to Italian music on his bicycle with the flashlight on, the spotlight. I love that. It's all good. But going back to the reality is we have to be authentic in ourselves and know what it is that we're here to do. And sometimes we're still, striving to find what is the fine detail. What is that we're here to do, to serve? What is our purpose? And maybe you have kind of an idea, but maybe you don't have it carved in stone, and that's okay. I know for myself, I know my vision, how it's going to unfold is really just a matter of trust for me. I have a lot of ideas of things I want to do, but the overall vision really is about creating huge communities where people can come together to heal. They can serve one another, and they can learn their own gifts, talents, and abilities, and give back to the the technical stuff of remembering like how to harvest, how to sow, there's so many different things that we have gotten away from doing, that there's a sense of pride and inner joy that we get when we create, when we do something from that childlike perspective. And I think that with all of us, we're seeking to return to that inner child and to bring it back to life and get out of the stagnation of this adulthood that has dampened our flame, right? So there's so much more to it. But there's, that's just a little glimmer of a vision I've had and held for many, many years. Is my sisters and I have actually spoken about it, about creating these communities where people can come, men, women, and children, especially women and children. I think more men are looking to heal, and that to me is extremely, extremely beautiful. But we really need to start with the roots. And so no matter what, it boils down to people need to feel valued and need to find their value. And so with these communities, the idea is that there's a give and a receive. So if you're somebody looking to heal, you would come in and serve just as you would be served. So anyway, just some ideas, and I thought I'd share. And there's a lot of noise on the road apparently, and it was noisier earlier. I love you all. I want you to have an amazing day, evening, wherever you are. And listen, the duck's quacking. I love that. Yeah. See you on tomorrow's episode 48. I love you. Keep it raw, stay rad. What?